Hello again, people. Today starts a big project that I have said a few words about earlier, but now it really starts, and it's gonna be called a mystery project. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, and actually I'm not even gonna answer your comments on these videos, so feel free to comment, of course. I will be happy to read your comments and your guesses about what the end product is going to be. But I'm not going to let you know what I'm working with. But I can show you some individual parts that I'm machining that will not make it too easy for you to decide, to figure out what the finished product is. So this project will have at least a dozen parts, video parts, and as I told you earlier, this is a school project. It's gonna last the whole spring, and it should be ready at the end of June this year. And pretty much the whole autumn last year I have been doing planning, and I have all my SolidWorks drawings ready now, and I'm ready to start machining the pieces. And I have also most of the material, and I'm not making it all myself. I have some parts that I bought from a store, and I now have all of them, and most of them are small parts, and they are actually in this box. I'm not gonna show you what's inside, but piece by piece you will see a little bit more about what I have. And some parts I'm gonna film at my workshop right here, and some will be filmed at my school, where I can use my school workshop. And actually we just got a new milling machine in there. It's a Chinese made mill, but it's all new, and it has a DRO, so it should be pretty accurate and easy to use. And also what's interesting about this project is that I'm the first time ever gonna use a CNC machine, and it's a CNC mill, 3-axis mill. It's a pretty small, it has funnel control, the make is Dali. It's made in Taiwan also. I think the year is 96 or 98, something like that. So this spring I'm also gonna learn some CNC milling and CNC machining. But now let me tell you a few words about what I'm doing first. Let me get the camera in focus first. So, what I'm gonna do first is right here. It's made of two parts actually. It has a shaft in here. Let me show you. Well, this doesn't show you too much. So it has a shaft which is right here. It's just a shaft with a hole going through it, but the hole is off center by 5 millimeters. And then I have a cap, which is right here, and it has a hole for an M8 hex cap screw, and this is the whole assembly. So the shaft is in here at the bottom, and the cap is in the top. And here I have two 6004 RS bearings that I'm gonna fit in. And there's gonna be a slide fit on the shaft, and then the cap is gonna tighten the bearings in. And the cap right here, I can hide it for a minute. It goes 5 millimeters deep into the bore of the bearing, so it will center itself. And I have the drawings made, and I will show you them to you in a minute. Okay, I had a printed version of these drawings, but I forgot them home, of course, so I had to sketch quickly some new plans. So first I'm gonna make the shaft itself, which has one accurate dimension. It's this shaft dimension, which is the tolerance is 200ths of a millimeter from 100 under to 300ths under. So it should be a slight fit. And these bearings are actually 100ths under size. And then the cap will be something like this. It has the same diameter for the shaft as this one, and then it has this diameter is this length is 10 millimeters and the diameter is 30 millimeters. And this is from upside. It has the countersink for the bolt, and this is the upside of the other one. So it has an 8 millimeter hole with 5 millimeter offset. And the material is here. It's very rusty, but it's soon gonna be shiny. So I guess the first thing to do is to start sewing the pieces. Okay, ready to start working. I sewed a piece of the long bar, and the diameter of this bar is 35 millimeters. So I'm first gonna clean it a little bit and then I'm gonna rotate it, because I used this actually as a test bar on my old lathe, and the diameter is so inconsistent that I'm not gonna want to take any heavy passes with the outside still in this rough form. So I'm gonna clean this end, and then I'm gonna rotate the piece and then start the real work. Okay, so the RPM is 630. It maybe should be a little bit higher, but the higher gears are actually the most difficult to get working on this lathe. So I'm just sticking with this speed. And the feed will be, I think I'm gonna use 1500s per revolution. Okay, ready for a cleaning pass. And by the way, I now have the camera set up on top of the headstock. I have never done that before, so let's see what kind of picture we will get. Okay, glass is on and let's go. Okay, now I'm gonna turn the piece. This chock is, I would say, it's pretty much dead. It has even some cracks in the ways of the jaws. So the jaws will always, I think it's called bell mouthing. The outside of the jaws, it pushes out when I tighten the chock. So if I put a piece all the way through the jaws, there will be a gap actually on the outside of the jaws, and it's just horrible. At the moment I can only use about 2/3 of the length of the jaws. When doing that, it will tighten up just fine. And that's what I'm gonna do now. Okay, let's continue. 100 over. That's pretty good. And now I'm gonna switch tools. Let me find my wrench. Okay, continuing. I switched to this tool, which is actually a threading insert tool. I just happen to have some old inserts that fit this tool. So, because actually the only tool that I can use that's the right hand for this lathe is this one. And as you can see, I cannot make 90-degree solders on this insert. So I have to use this one. I actually had to grind a little bit off this side because the tool would otherwise be rubbing all the time. I should really invest in some new tooling for this lathe. All of my tools are with 25mm or 1-inch shank, and these tools are 20mm or 3/4 inch shank. Okay, let's see if it cuts at all. First, I'm gonna face the end and reset my Z-axis. Okay, let's go. Okay, seems to cut pretty good. Zeroing the Z-axis now. I really like the dials on this lathe. Very big and clear. Okay. The length will be 19mm and the diameter is 20mm, so zeroing the other axis too. Okay, let's start. Okay, looks like the insert is not working with this holder. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's actually pulling itself off. I have to change tools. Okay, this is what I'm gonna have to be using. It's a brazed-on carbide tool. I put some new regrind on it. Let's see if we can get anything out of this tool. It's actually cutting pretty nicely. Still 8mm to go. That was 2mm per side. 4mm. Should be around 0.5mm after this one. Let's double check. Yeah. The tool is actually doing great. $40 to go. Let's take 35. Double check. A little bit more. Okay, this is the second last cut. Let's do a little bit of sanding because there's some rough particles. Actually, I've been having some reliability issues on this micrometer, which is weird because it's a Soviet-made micrometer. It should be really good. Let's see what it says. It's saying around 900 over, which I think is pretty much the same as my caliper. No, actually my caliper is a little less. Let's try my other caliper. This is my #1 caliper. I try to keep this as well as I can. It's 700 over. So actually I think I'm gonna have to do some more inspecting on this micrometer. So for now I'm gonna trust my Mitutoyo calipers, which should be okay within 1/100 of a millimeter, plus minus. Should slide in now. That's as good as it gets. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm gonna part off. Let me go find my parting tool. Actually, let's do a little. Tiny bit of chamfer. Now let me find my parting tool. Okay, I spent a long time looking for my parting tool, but I couldn't find it. I have somehow lost it. I have been doing a lot of arranging and cleaning and everything in my shop to make things find easier, but actually it seems to have worked the other way around. So I couldn't find my parting tool, so I just sawed the piece off, and now I'm gonna put it in the truck the other way and just face the end. Okay, here we have it. It left a little nipple in the center because my tool height is a little bit off and I don't have enough seams. Okay, now I'm gonna do the cap and then jump to my milling machine and do the bores.